Today we're going to view some accoutrements I got in the mail for my frequent homicidal adventures. Yay! So back to what the Wild Things Do, guys. Survival Knife Challenge series of the big megalithic choppers. My last live showed that the Kershaw Camp 10 defeated the almighty Tops SXB in a durability test against the Tree of Truth. And now I noticed that Tops is starting to name all their blades after Satan's asshole, the Lilith, something devil, or whatever. And it's fucking weird. So I'm gonna start going back to K-Bar and yay! So this is the K-Bar Kukri. I have a short video where this decimated a badass tree out here in the desert, and it did a fucking really good job, man. This right now is my all-time favorite survival blade. This is called the K-Bar Kukri, not the combat Kukri, the regular Kukri. So I bought another one so I could beat the shit out of this one and still have one to test for your viewing pleasure. And so this is a badass knife, the ergonomics of the handle and all that. All those specificados will be coming shortly soon or something, probably this Monday yet. Anyways, I got some kind of notification. So one thing I was disappointed was, so I got this at a military surplus store. It's a really good store. This is not half leather. The sheath to the K-Bar Kukri is supposed to be half freaking leather. What the F? Okay, so, but all in all, kicks a plethora of ass. Okay, and this Monday, we're gonna go over the strengths and weaknesses of this blade and how much ass does it really kick. And it's a really good blade. I feel safe out in the wild with that one, you know. So this is Cold Steel Royal Kukri. Amazon, you rock, because Joe X did wherever he buys his blades from. Joe X is the best knife channel on YouTube, guys. Wherever he gets his blades from, they straight up lie to him. They're liars. So if you're just tuning in, Joe X, the best survival channel, he got false advertisement, guys. So his people are like, oh yeah, Cold Steel, Royal Kukri, 1055 high carbon steel, made in South Africa, where they really know how to kick ass with their kukris, but they lied to him. They're liars. They gave him a made in China Cold Steel Royal Kukri that was 65 MN steel, and he broke the handle easier than this blade. Amazon did me right, and they actually gave me an original pre-GSM Cold Steel Royal Kukri 1055 high carbon steel made in South Africa, where their livelihood depends on Royal Kukris. This is a full flat grind, folks, and this is pretty durable. I'm here to tell you guys that you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on survival knives. This coming Monday, we're going to see how good these things can do. Full flat grind, guys. That means if you had to defend yourself against a wild animal, or God forbid, a feral crackhead, excuse me, this is gonna bite right into the spine, cut off their fucking hand. This is a fucking weapon, man. And we're not here to murder people, but sometimes feral crackheads and people on bath salt are trying to eat your face off, or touch your kids, or play with your wife's butt. And it should be legal to whoop their ass to severe degrees. What are people saying? Hey, how you guys doing? How you doing, Tom? How you doing? I want to say Baram. That's a cool name. Someone doesn't care about Amazon. Yeah, we're just lucky. We're just lucky. The Amazon did me right, guys. So hello, welcome to my channel. Again, we're gonna test these blades out to show that you don't need a $500 blade to survive out here in the wild. We're what the wild things do. So this is the K-Bar Kukri, not the combat Kukri again. It's my favorite blade. So I rebought these blades to beat the shit out of these blades and still have one. So pardon me, I gotta be furtive about my identity. This stuff has my civilian address because actually I live where what the wild things do. So let's see. Bear with me. I'm not the best box opener in the world. Everything I do is messy and uncoordinated, and I'll get to your comments soon, guys. But kick ass. So so this is going to be another K-bar kukri, and let's see if Amazon did me right that this is not the original sheath to the kukri. It should be half leather. It should be half leather. So let's see if the Amazon version is half leather. K-bar. Thank you, K-bar. You're the official knife of the Marine Corps. And if it wasn't for the Marines, guys, we would be speaking Japanese right now. Like, Origato, what the wild things do. You know, it wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't have like hot Western chicks. They lot. They's liars. Them's liars. It's not half fucking leather. They gave me the same stupid sheath. So I don't know if I'm going to complain about that, but just take my word on it. Wherever this half sheath business is, they're lying. So hopefully some leather sheath maker is still alive or working on 3rd Street in Riverside, California. I'm finna hit you up, eh? Let's see what some Amazon jungle, lions and tigers and bears on my right. You have to sharpen. Someone asked if we have to sharpen these things. They're fairly sharp. The cold steel kukri, I ran a ceramic rod over it, and it lived happily ever after so far. So let's see if Amazon screws me again. I rebought the cold steel kukri, and we're gonna see if it's really 1055 hot carbon. But come on, Mr. Amazon. You guys don't have to lie, and you're gonna get a fucking review from me saying this shit ain't half leather. Everything's getting cheaper and cheaper, guys. I mean, like in quality and more expensive and bullshit. And bullshit. So let's see what this says. Okay, the sheath says 1055 high carbon. Okay. Now we're gonna see if on the blade itself if it says made in South Africa. So like for example, Condor Knife and Tool is a really good knife company, and their stuff is made, I forget, like in South America or something, like those kind of people. Salvador. I don't know, whatever. But actually, the cold steel is cheaper, much cheaper than the K-bar. And to me, it feels, the sheath and everything feels even more freaking durable. And it's a full flat grind. They oiled the blade. So let's see if they cold steel. It says made in South Africa right here. The sheet, the thing says 1055. So they got it half right. But excuse me, I'm not gonna unsheath that. But yeah. So anyways, guys, about survival blades. If you want a survival blade, this might as well be a sword. This is like 20 inches long, cold steel royal kukri. Especially if you live in a place where you can't have a gun to defend your home, this is a pretty damn good option. This is not necessarily a stabber. I mean, you can oh, get away from me, eyeball, for self-defense. It's a full flat grind and it's durable steel. This will bite into something, dude. This is a killing machine. This is a badass fucking tool, man. For realies. And this is one act now if you want to get this, because wherever if you can find them selling 1055 high carbon steel, get it, because they're going extinct. It's going to start being made in China, 65 MN steel. But my last live video showed the Kershaw Camp 10 that is also Chinese steel. it did really good. It actually beat, to my chagrin, it beat a made in a USA almost $300 knife. So, yep, survival knives, guys. Let me see some comments. Amazon jingle, lions, bears, and tigers. Oh my, yeah. So that's pretty much the video, guys. I can't really. If anybody has any questions, anybody have any quick questions about survival, survival, or survival knives, or whooping ass, and you know, totally drowning a plethora of quality poo-tang, give like holla back with your advice, your inquiries. But yeah, the yeah, there it goes, fits in all the way. Yeah, all I know is I got to spend extra money. If the K bar, so this coming Monday morning, I'm gonna test this K bar, find some shit to beat the shit out of it. I got a lot of experience. This is my favorite knife right here. I put on a bandolier. It's a K bar regular kukri. This is not as formidable as the Cold Steel, but it's shorter, it's more compact, it fits in a backpack more, and it's a good chopper. It's pretty heavy duty. The handle ergonomics is amazing. You don't even need a lanyard. And I'm always teaching shit, guys, by the way, about these lanyards. Uh, this is what it's for. The blade is facing away from my thumb. My thumb comes up here, blade's facing away from my thumb. Roll it in your hand just like that for a more secure grip. But honestly, the ergonomics of this K-bar makes a very unique kukri, not the combat kukri. I'm talking about this one. This is pretty freaking awesome. And the reason why I got my eye on having this as my all-purpose blade now is because a long time ago I beat the shit out of one of these. It made the handle really loose, it made the blade inside the handle loose. But my last live video last Monday, I beat the shit out of almost a $300 American steel blade, and it made the handle screws come loose. So what's the difference? I might as well save over $100 getting one of these, which I don't have to worry about putting any kind of screws in there and shit like that. If you're into survival knives, another thing that I'm going to check out is I'm eventually going to get that broken American blade, and I'm going to put JB Weld or Loctite, the red kind of Loctite, and smear the living crap out of it. Go back to the field, beat the living shit out of it, and see for your viewing pleasure if that will circumvent any kind of loosening, and if that will make the blade live happily ever after. Because with that particular blade, it was indestructible. I tried to break that shit on purpose. It didn't start. It didn't start cracking under pressure until I flipped that sumbitch over and started smacking the back of it, the spine of the blade. And the reason why we do that is it's going to kind of simulate years and years of batoning. And if you don't know what batoning is, it's when you split wood with a knife. Because you'll see people splitting logs with a hatchet or an axe, but they sawed it first. That's why the log is sitting upright. When you're out here cutting branches for survival and you put a log, whatever you cut, dude, and if you only want to bring one thing, you don't want to bring a saw, your little log is not going to sit perfectly. It's going to have jagged shit all over it. It's going to topple over it. And if you try to go like that real quick, you'll more than likely hit your own hand. It's happened to me. So I would always recommend batoning. It's just a lot safer, and everybody will live happily ever after. So this is what the wild things do with Nacho the Squatcho. Oh, I just sinned against my own rules. I didn't practice muzzle discipline. With blades, you don't want to have this shit like, walking with a pair of scissors and this fall on your eyeball. You want to have the blade and the point pointed away from you and others at all times, right? So that's that. And again, guys, this Monday morning, I'm going to go find shit to beat the shit out of this blade with. And we're going to do some more survival knife testing on what is the best for bang for your buck and reliable survival blade. You want to go camping and you want to have nice campfires. You can't bring a gun out into the wild, and like in California, So, but luckily they have these. You're allowed to have these. You get the point. So, all-purpose survival knife. What kind of money are you looking to spend? How low can you go? How cool can you go? What's the best between formidability, like something that can defend your life, and also can do some work? Because they're not always the same. Trust me, and I can explain that further with any questions or any other future views. So again, guys, Amazon screwed me with the K-bar. They did not give me the sheath that they freaking promised, which should be half leather. This is a cheap ass sheath, dude. It pisses me off. But yeah, guys, but nonetheless, so far, K-Bar Kukri is my favorite blade, and I'm half of a blades expert. There's cooler experts out there than not. I don't know about cooler, but there's more knowledgeable experts out there than me. I don't really like their taste. I'm like, they're they have smaller blades, or they want to save weight in their backpack, which is understandable. This is relatively light, but these things can not only make me a campfire and chop wood and stuff like that, but I feel safe as shit. I feel safe as heck with these, man. This Cold Steel Royal Kukri, it's a fucking sword. The Gurkha warriors used to hunt tigers with this alone. I read about what they would do to hunt. I love kitty cats. I'm not into killing animals except for coyotes that kill kitty cats. And I don't like oh I love wild boar, but I probably love eating them even more. And they're a nuisance to society. God put them on the earth to hunt. So for all the vegan animal lovers out there, no, I don't care about eating deer unless my life depended on it or it pissed me off. But because they attack people. This Cold Steel Royal Kukri is the bee's knees for the price. The Cold Steel Royal Kukri, with shipping and handling on all that, it's like barely over $50. Very good deal. Even cheaper than the Kershaw Camp 10, but the Kershaw Camp 10 has other amenities for bushcraft. And yeah, man, we're living happily ever after. We're rocking out in the free world. We're doing the wild thing. Remember, guys, always do the wild thing. So yeah, what else can I say about this? Let's see what other people wrote. Hey, hi, hello, Hal. Packard guy. Is the Packard guy the January 6th dude? Cause no, man, I'm Sasquatch's offspring and shit. So yeah, guys, again, Cold Steel Royal Kukri is barely over $50. This K-bar is getting too expensive for its. I got this at a military surplus store for like $130. Not really happy about it. It should be about $80 or so. The economy is getting worse and worse. But the K-bar Kukri this is my favorite blade. This can fit in a backpack good. It's lightweight. It's formidable. This I'll show you guys something before I take off. This is why the cold steel is more of a weapon, okay? So I don't know if you can see this, but this is a low saber grind. It's a whole chunk of steel bevel, and then it comes down to here where the grind is, and the grind only comes to here. So if you had this for billions and billions of years, and you keep sharpening it and erode everything away, the blade steel becomes too thick to be that slicey, but it's still so forward heavy that it's going to leave a huge, like, what's that called? A gaping wound on whatever you hit. It also makes it should, in theory, make it slightly more durable than a full flat grind, okay? But you'll see how the grind only comes up to this low line. Whereas on the cold steel here, the cold steel, it you that is a grind, but it's a full flat grind. There's no other the bevel, there's like no bevel or whatever. It goes straight up to the spine. That means like whatever you hit is sinking in. If I hit a piece of wood with this right now, it would get stuck. And you don't want to, with these kind of grinds, thinner blades, you don't want to twist it out. You want to rock it out back and forth like this to get your blade out. But 1055 high carbon steel is a pretty damn strong steel, and it's easy to sharpen. Get a ceramic file when you buy any blade and run over the edge a little bit. And it made this pretty razor sharp, guys. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, this Monday, I'm planning to go back into the wild, and we're gonna try these blades out, beat the shit out of them, and basically doing the hard work for you guys. That if you ever get into survival blades, what I recommend, everybody's got a preference, but I'll tell you the price points and what you're looking into, because I was buying some really expensive blades from Tops, and then my last video showed that a made in China fucking blade that was like probably less than half cheaper. I mean, like 120% cheaper than the American blade that was hoping that would win, and it beat it. It beat it against the tree of truth. Again, the durability testing I do is hard chopping this way and on the back of the blade, which is the spine, because hitting the spine is going to mimic years and years of batoning wood. So that's that, guys. And I think the Southern California, that at least having blades is legal. It's like the Wild West out here. I'm about to drive back further into the desert, and there's all sorts of crackheads and all sorts of sexual degenerates and freaking methamphetamine zombies, you know. And one thing that is cool about living in a place like that is the cops don't mess with me out there. If I go to like Ontario, California, or the more gentrified areas, they're like, Karen calls police patrol like, "Oh my God, Sasquatch with all sorts of tattoos on his face and freaking oozing with steroids is scaring the kids." So I always get security following me at Walmart and shit in areas like that because I'm black, and it's just not fair. But further in the desert where there's real problems, I mean, like one time I'm going through a drive-through, and they have a fucking naked crackhead there, seething and lurking in the distant abysmal fog, awaiting to kill and kill again. And the workers are like, yeah. Every time we call the cops, they come like the next year. We're just gonna let that go. So that's another reason why you want to probably I scared that crackhead away. What's called a less than lethal pistol, and it looked real. You could get them where they don't look real, so maybe you won't accidentally get shot for it, you know. But anyways, guys, that's I hope that made sense. And it's getting too fucking hot in Southern California, so I hope I get around to do all those things for your viewing pleasure. And eventually, because I think my cat got killed by coyotes, if the weather gets better and I get a day off, I'm gonna take you guys on a little hunting trip. It might be uneventful. I always tell the same stories. I tried to kill some coyotes one time. I was a security guard at this one place, and over yonder, freaking two guard dogs got in a fight with four coyotes, and my Romanian Orthodox Byzantine warrior friend gave me a real sword, the kydex sheath and everything. And I don't need to unsheath this. I went running after to go help those dogs out, and just for the hell of it, man, I don't like coyotes. Look at their teeth; they're monstrosities, and they kill your pets. And I was really gonna run there, and people are probably around. They're gonna get scared. Come like a scythe or a sickle, and come boom like that. And fucking I always say about 40 feet. It could have been more. When I got about 40 feet from the distance, the guard dogs chased away and whooped those coyotes' ass. I mean, they were like on the floor and everything. I think they were Dobermans. Dobermans are probably my second favorite dog. I love German Shepherds, but they get health problems. So this is a gun sock. So anyways, while I'm out in the wild doing what the wild things do, this is my primary. That means like primary weapon or whatever. I don't bring guns out into the wild. But if I was still guarding little chickies, like if I still had my fat slut and like their 8 billion step kids or whatever, like doing the married Sancho life or whatever, I would be straight up strapped. I don't give a shit. And I'm very pro Second Amendment, and so should you guys be. So let me say bye or read some comments. And you guys rock. Keep on rocking in the free world. And remember, guys, always be